Welcome back. We are still on the topic rigid motion and transformation. We have learned how to rotate a point in the XY plane in the previous videos. In this video, we are going to apply everything we have learned about rotation of a point in the XY plane to solve a likely examination question. Here is the question. A. Using a scale of 2 centimeters to 2 units on both axes, draw on a graph sheet two perpendicular axes OX and OY for the interval x is between -10 and 10 and y is between -12 and 12. B. Plot the points A with coordinates 6, 2, B with coordinates 2, 2, and C with coordinates 2, 8. Join the points to form triangle ABC. C. Draw the image triangle A1, B1, C1 of triangle ABC under an anticlockwise rotation of 90 degrees about the origin O, where A maps to A1, B maps to B1, and C maps to C1. D. Draw the image triangle A2, B2, C2 of triangle ABC under a 180 degrees rotation about the origin O, where A maps to A2, B maps to B2, and C maps to C2. And E. Draw the image triangle A3, B3, C3 of triangle ABC under a clockwise rotation of 90 degrees about the point 1, 2, where A maps to A3, B maps to B3, and C maps to C3. So this is the question. Now let's begin with the first part. We have been told that the scale we are going to use is 2 centimeters to 2 units on both axes. And using this scale, we are going to draw the x-axis and the y-axis. Then we will number the x-axis from -10 to 10 and the y-axis from -12 to 12. The scale we are using is 2 centimeters to 2 units. So let's do that. This is our graph sheet. We are using a scale of 2 centimeters to 2 units. So using this scale, you draw your x-axis and you draw your y-axis. We number the x-axis from -10 to 10 as I have here. Then we number the y-axis from -12 to 12. So we are now done with the first part of the question. We will now move on to the second part of the question. The second part of the question says that we should plot point A, point B, and point C on the graph sheet. Then we will join the points to form triangle ABC. We already have the coordinates of the points, so we can easily plot them on the graph sheet. So the points we are going to plot are point A with coordinates 6, 2, point B with coordinates 2, 2, and point C with coordinates 2, 8. So let's do that. Point A has the coordinates 6, 2, so 6 on the x-axis and 2 on the y-axis will meet at this point. So here is point A. Point B is 2, 2, so 2 on the x-axis and 2 on the y-axis will meet at this point. So point B is here. And point C is 2, 8. 2 on the x-axis, 8 on the y-axis will meet at this point. So we will join them to form triangle ABC. Then we write the coordinates of each point against it. So here is point A with coordinates 6, 2. Here is point B with coordinates 2, 2. And here is point C with coordinates 2, 8. Now we are done with the B part. Let's move on to the C part. The C part says that we should draw the image triangle A1, B1, C1 of triangle ABC under an anticlockwise rotation of 90 degrees about the origin O, where A maps to A1, B maps to B1, and C maps to C1. So this means that we are going to draw triangle A1, B1, C1, which is the image of triangle ABC. So as you can see here, A will give us A1, B will give us B1, and C will give us C1. Now in order to get A1, the question says that we should rotate point A through a 90 degrees angle in the anti-clockwise direction. So you rotate point A through the 90 degrees angle in the anti-clockwise direction to get A1. We will do the same thing to B to get B1. Then we will do the same thing to C to get C1. So we are going to rotate point A, point B, and point C through a 90 degrees anti-clockwise angle in order to get points A1, B1, C1. Then we will plot them on the graph sheet and join them to form the triangle A1, B1, C1. As you have already seen, we are going to draw triangle A1, B1, C1, which is the image of triangle ABC, under an anticlockwise rotation of 90 degrees about the origin O, where A will give us A1, B will give us B1, and C will give us C1. So the points we are going to rotate are point A with coordinates 6, 2, point B with coordinates 2, 2, and point C with coordinates 2, 8. We have already learned that under a 90 degrees anti-clockwise rotation about the origin, the transformation is xy will give us minus yx. Xy will give us minus yx. So we are going to use this transformation to rotate the point A to get A1, use it to rotate the point B to get B1, then we will use it to rotate the point C to get C1. Let's start with point A. Point A has the coordinates 6, 2. So using this transformation, point A with coordinates 6, 2 will give us A1, which is the image of A, and the coordinates will be minus 2, 6. Point B with coordinates 2, 2 will give us B1 with coordinates minus 2, 2. And point C with coordinates 2, 8 will give us C1 with coordinates minus 8, 2. We now have the coordinates of point A1, point B1, and point C1. We can plot them on the graph sheet and join them to get the triangle A1, B1, C1. So let's do that. We are going to plot the points A1, B1, C1. A1 has the coordinates minus 2, 6. So minus 2 on the x-axis and 6 on the y-axis will be here. B1 has the coordinates minus 2, 2. So minus 2 on the x-axis and 2 on the y-axis. That will be here. And C1 has the coordinates minus 8, 2. Minus 8 on the x-axis and 2 on the y-axis will be here. Can now join them to get the triangle A1, B1, C1, which is the image of triangle ABC after it has been rotated through a 90 degrees angle in the anti-clockwise direction. After that, we write the coordinates of the points against it. So this is point A1 with coordinates minus 2, 6. This is point B1 with coordinates minus 2, 2. And this is point C1 with coordinates minus 8, 2. So we are now done with the C part of our question. Let's move on to the next part, which is the D part. The D part says that draw the image triangle A2, B2, C2 of triangle ABC under a 180 degrees rotation about the origin with coordinates 0, 0, where A maps to A2, B maps to B2, and C maps to C2. So here, we are going to draw the image triangle A2, B2, C2, which is the image of triangle ABC. The question is telling us that point A will give us A2, B will give us B2, and C will give us C2. And we are going to get A2, B2, C2 by rotating point A through a 180 degrees angle about the origin to get A2. Then we will do the same thing to point B to get B2. Then we will do the same thing to point C to get C2. So let's do that. We are going to rotate point A through a 180 degrees angle about the origin to get A2. We rotate point B through a 180 degrees angle about the origin to get B2. Then we rotate point C through a 180 degrees angle to get C2. The coordinates of point A are 6, 2. The coordinates of point B are 2, 2. And the coordinates of point C are 2, 8. We have learned that under a 180 degrees rotation about the origin, the rule of the transformation is xy maps to minus x minus y. So to get the x coordinate of the image, you negate the x coordinate of the point, and to get the y coordinate of the image, you negate the y coordinate of the point. So we are going to use this rule to rotate point A to get A2. You use it to rotate point B to get B2. Then you use it to rotate point C to get C2. So let's do that. Using this rule, point A with coordinates 6, 2 will give us A2 with coordinates minus 6, minus 2. Point B with coordinates 2, 2 will give us B2 with coordinates minus 2, minus 2. And point C with coordinates 2, 8 will give us C2 with coordinates minus 2, minus 8. We now have the coordinates of point A2, point B2, and point C2. So we can draw the image triangle A2, B2, C2. Let's go back to our graph sheet. We now have triangle ABC, which is the initial triangle we drew, and triangle A1, B1, C1, which is the image of triangle ABC after we rotated it through a 90 degrees angle in the anticlockwise direction about the origin. Now we are going to draw triangle A2, B2, C2. The coordinates of A2 are minus 6, minus 2. So minus 6 on the x-axis and minus 2 on the y-axis. That will be here. The coordinates of B2 are minus 2, minus 2. So minus 2 on the x-axis and minus 2 on the y-axis. That will be here. And the coordinates of C2 are minus 2, minus 8. So minus 2 on the x-axis and minus 8 on the y-axis. That will be here. We now join them to form the triangle A2, B2, C2. So A2 has the coordinates minus 6, minus 2. B2 has the coordinates minus 2, minus 2. And C2 has the coordinates minus 2, minus 8. So initially we drew triangle ABC. Then we rotated it through a 90 degrees angle in the anticlockwise direction about the origin to get A1, B1, C1. And now we have rotated triangle ABC through a 180 degrees angle about the origin to get the triangle A2, B2, C2. So now we have answered the first four parts of our question. We are left with the last part, which is E. We will do that in the next video. So see you in the next video, and let's continue with the solution. Bye bye.